Hello, class. I'm here with Melissa McNichols on a cold, blustery Friday, and it has come to my attention. Actually, I kind of already knew this, but I'm about to send a follow-up email to Tuesday's lecture on outlining, and I was able to get to the inspirational bit. And the John Franklin readings, which you definitely should read over break, are really good pragmatic advice about the outline. But I thought what might be helpful is just a really kind of step-by-step outlining of Melissa's piece. So Melissa is writing a piece about a dangerous gas pipeline that is right going next to a granite quarry in the middle of West Roxbury, one of the densest populations in Boston. The problem is because of reasons that Melissa knows and I don't need to know yet, it's being run at very high pounds per square inch or pressure, which means that there's a real risk of explosion. The problem is, even if it doesn't explode, it's going to lower the property value of people's homes in that area. So it's a very good story, and Melissa's done a great job of identifying some good protagonists or the actors, think the boxer, that are going to carry the story for her. And his name is Seamus, not Seamus Heaney, that's the poet, Seamus Whalen. Seamus Whalen, also Irish. Go Irish. So what we know from all of our classes thus far is that Seamus is going to be our narrative lead, right? As in the pitch, also in the whole story. When you look at this grid, think that this is each one page, and this is about how many pages single-spaced your story will be. I may have you submit double-spaced, but that's a detail we'll talk about later. So when you're thinking outline, think about your 6 pages. Within those 6 pages, you probably want about 5 sections. This is good because it allows you to think, if you're trying to think, oh my God, how do I outline 3,000 words? That's hard. It's much easier to say, how do I outline 5 different things, and then how do those 5 things fit together? So it's kind of a conquer and divide. Well, we know what the first section is going to be because of all of our work on the pitch, which is basically just the top of the story, or the beginning of the story. So we're going to begin with Seamus, and then everyone tell me what this is. Oh, that's right, you can't. This is the nut graph. So we're going to get a nice, condensed, beautifully written expository paragraph of the nut, and then we're going to go back into Seamus, and that's called bookending. We start with Seamus, we hit the journalism, the story idea, and then we go back to Seamus. That's our first section. So look, you've already got 1/6 or 1/5 of the outline done for you. That's section 1. Section 2 is also, we have a good formula for it. Section 2 is usually, it's going to lean heavily on the story, our story idea, on the journalism, because you've already hooked us in with our character. So we're already in West Roxbury, we care about this pipeline, we care about Seamus. So what Melissa's done is earned the ability to now step back out and give us this 30,000-foot view on what is the future of projects like this under Trump, because we know that Trump and Scott Pruitt, the new head of the EPA, is going to deregulate projects like this, and so what Melissa is going to be reporting over the next several weeks, we're entering the heart of our reporting period of the class, is what are these other projects doing? Well, section 2 is where she gets to step out and do that. She might want to drop in a little bit more Seamus just to let us know that we're still following that as our narrative spine. We're still in West Roxbury with Seamus doing that one story, but we're also pulling back and we're looking at West Roxbury as representative of this larger issue that affects places all over America. And so that's going to be section 2. Section 2 is the history of projects like this. It's the big sweep, it's the big scope, the view of the globe from space kind of thing. Because the next sections we're going to zoom back in. Now, sections 3 and sections 4 are usually, that's where things get, this is the big middle. We know you're going to want to develop your storyline and also develop your story idea, the journalism. And we know there's going to be a lot of both, but it's hard for me as a rule for all of your very many different pieces to say that your section 3 should be all story idea, your section 4 should be, I mean, that's going to be up to you. Those are the two sections that I really can't lay out for you. So a mix of story idea and story, and then we hit section 5, and we come back home and we know what we want in section 5, which is we're tying up loose ends, and because none of your stories are going to resolve the way the Bachs are resolved, or the way I think I sent out that student film of the old guy running. Did you watch it, Melissa? Melissa hasn't watched it yet, but you guys have. And that it's like bam, we have an ending. He breaks free of the nursery home. End. Like Melissa's story isn't going to resolve like that. That pipeline is in West Roxbury, and they're probably not going to get it shut down in the next 6 weeks. So what this does is this lets us look forward. What's next? What is Seamus going to do? Is he going to keep fighting the pipeline? Is he bitter? Is he hopeful? Is he optimistic? That's the green. Can you see this down here? And this is sort of what's next for America. What's next for all these projects? What happened? Maybe Trump won't deregulate it all. Maybe, this is where an expert can come in. All the black is where experts can come in and talk to us about the general issue. I hope this has helped. Hit me with questions, spring break or not. I'll be reading emails and answering them. And thank you very much, and have a good break, guys.